Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Howdy, friend. Welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your Texas History Roundup for November 12th. In 1835, at a town meeting in Macon, Georgia, the Georgia Battalion organized a fight in the Texas Revolution. About 120 men volunteered, with William Ward selected as commander, and the battalion arrived at Refugio on February 14, 1836. In March, Colonel James W. Fannin sent the Georgia Battalion to the aid of Amon King's encircled regiment at Refugio, where they were defeated by General Jose de Urrea. Ward and most of his men escaped, but were captured near Victoria and executed with Fannin's troops in the Goliad Massacre. Also in 1835, the consultation meeting in San Felipe unanimously appointed Sam Houston as commander-in-chief with the rank of Major General and instructed him to raise a regular army. Unfortunately, his command did not include the volunteer forces, such as those involved in the Siege of Bexar or at San Antonio. This proved to be a major problem in developing a coordinated force with a clear line of command. In 1839, in his message to Congress, President Mirabeau B. Lamar, no champion of Indians, stated that the Alabama Coushatta should be guaranteed occupancy of their lands. Subsequently, Congress provided 2 leagues for the Alabama and 2 leagues for the Coushatta, but white encroachment prevented complete occupancy of these tracts. The Indians had no permanent home until 1854 when the Texas legislature purchased 1,280 acres for the combined tribes. The reservation was later increased to 4,351 acres. In 1860, Henry Black registered a muleshoe brand in Fannin County, although he had been using it since 1856. Black later established the Muleshoe Ranch in Stevens County. By the time of his death in 1906, the working portion of the Muleshoe Ranch covered 10,000 acres, and he had another 20,000 acres rented to tenant farmers. The brand was still registered to Black's descendants as late as the 1940s. Black's registration preceded that of the Olivers by about a year, but the Olivers had begun using the brand in 1844. And finally, in 1912, the first mine in Texas to recover sulfur by the Frasch process was opened at Bryan Mound, which is near Freeport, by the Gulf Sulphur Company. In 1891, Herman Frasch obtained a patent for the Frasch process, by which superheated water is used to melt sulfur underground and then allowed to cool and solidify at the surface to obtain pure sulfur. The process had been proven earlier at a salt dome mine in Louisiana. And that, my friend, was your Texas History Roundup for November 12th. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, you take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition. Protect the legacy. Until next time.